So we're going to try to start off this way from here. From now on, two positives, two negatives. Had a decent practice, and also have plenty of food to eat. A negative, the pop on the ball isn't quite where I want it to be. And then the other negative, where the flying fuck is my 8K? Where the fuck is my 8K? I guess I'm supposed to be throwing the 7.26. Anyway, you saw that little quote by Uncle Kips. I'm going to get to that in a second, but for the time being, what I kind of want to bring up to you guys is um, the low intensity, the low intensity practice. I took a lot. It was a one turn, one wind, and then four turns and a throw. I took a lot of those, and I tried to take them at as low as an intensity as possible. One of my best throws on the day was doing this drill, and I kept the intensity pretty low, but I felt myself nice and connected to one of these throws, and I sort of went after it. And then the next ones, I went back to the low intensity, like I plan to do. But it's a very, very interesting thing to think about throwing far when you're not thinking about it. For whatever reason, whenever I try to throw harder, try to go faster or whatever, I try to speed up my entry or whatever, it fuznucks me to Skaznitzel land. And for whatever reason, it's a very, very interesting point of conversation, because it's like, are you supposed to speed up? Yeah, theoretically you should speed up, but what if you need to feel the entry a little bit more? Or what if you need to feel one of your turns a little bit more, or be more connected? You need more speed, but you need to feel more connected. Or there needs to be more connection there. And that's kind of where my brain is kind of sinking in, is that there needs to be more. And that's something Uncle Kibbs would say is definitely a dichotomy of the sorts of things are in like two different type directions. They don't quite make sense, but they make sense in a sort of way, because what you'll see is towards the end here, when I tried to speed up, it didn't do me any good. Didn't do any good. When I think about that in its essence of itself, the speed, it doesn't work. When I think about connecting on the entry more, or just setting the ball on the, or attacking attacking three and four. If I think about something like this, the throw's a lot better for me. And so I want to get to what Uncle Kid was talking about. So a guy wrote a program for me, a hammer thrower, and so what Uncle Kid was talking about, let me look at it, is something along the lines of when you try to copy somebody else's way of that they figured out how to throw. The guy that gave me this program told me that the no winds help him a lot, and so I've tried to use them. And to no success of avail, or whatever the word is, it hasn't been very, very helpful. But he says that that's his system that he thinks works for him. And so I've gotten really, really frustrated. I've tried to text him and try to figure out like what's the thinking behind the no winds or whatever. No answer, no reply. Kind of beat my head up against the wall with him occasionally here and there. But I've really started to want to consider a different way of trying to implement working with the ball. And he calls them the wraparounds. I guess I would call it the no wind. I don't know. This is the beautiful thing about the hammer, is that there's no like right or wrong way to do this. But I mean, I did pay him to write this program for me, so just theoretically speaking, I'm supposed to follow it. But like when you're at a psychological point where you're just beating your fucking head up against a wall, and you just feel like you're not getting it. It's just it's my mental health that I start to think about at that point. On a serious note, because I'm like doing something that I'm supposed to get something out of, and I'm not getting anything out of, is what it seems like. So I occasionally do a good no wine, but like there was a couple days with a 15 pounder that I just fucking did them and did them and did them and did them and motherfucking did them, and like I just, nothing felt succinct, nothing felt connected. It's just pretty damn frustrating. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you right now with that one, but I do think that Uncle Kips is onto something there with trying to mimic a program or trying to mimic somebody else's thinking from afar, because every throwing athlete's a little bit differently. Every is built differently, so you do have to take this into consideration. That was a happy boy with that last throw, but yeah, I tried to do some of those fools at the end, and like I said, when I was trying harder, it didn't do anything for me. Didn't do anything at all. Kind of put me in the hole, to be completely honest. So I got to relax. I got to push the ball through to zero. I think that one of my biggest problems right now is that my left side wants to leave earlier than it needs to. So, anyways, the frustrating thing that we call the hammer throw, that we love and hate. But anyways, got some weight room action for you. Did a little push press. We're gonna have a little jamboree, I think at the G spot tomorrow, at this G spot. So I didn't want to beat myself down too bad. I wanted to leave something left in the tank. It's always better when you lift with the boys. It's always better. So yeah, I did a little double push press at 90. My push press, I just want to make sure that my shoulders are strong. And then number two is that when I'm doing these push presses, is that people wear belts, but I don't believe in belts. I think that your core you should be able to feel when your core and that lower back is going to start to be unstable. And I think that the belt just compensates too much for you. So I kind of want to feel that overhead mobility and stability. That's kind of the point with these. I will load it up at some point and go for strength and go for reps, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm slowly but surely. I think the number that I will work with is 105 probably. I'll see what I can do with that, and then I'll go from there. I'll slowly build her. The behind the neck push press is bueno. That number was very, very excellent. I was happy with that, but I did put nits on my back the last time that I did those. So, anyways, we're going to have to take that into consideration. I did not squat heavy, and I'm probably not going to squat heavy because I need my quads are strong already. I need my glutes. I need my hamstrings. I need everything else in that posterior chain to wake the fuck up. For the lack of the better terms, I need the rest of that shit to wake up. And if I do something lighter, if I do the what's it called, the concentric eccentric, is what I'm probably going to do a little bit of. We're backing off of the weight for sure. We're just going to back off of it because hey, I watched a video of a thrower, and he looked like he blew his goddamn back out squatting 700 pounds. And here's something that, if you watch enough of these videos, I bring it up all the time. I bring this shit up all the time. Nobody gives a fuck how much you squat. Nobody does. Because there's actually a negative correlation. And I was trying to look this up earlier, but I couldn't find it. But there's a negative correlation at some point between the back squat and the hammer throw. There's a negative correlation at some point. We don't know what that point is. It's a little bit different for everybody. But there becomes a point when you're strong enough. There definitely becomes a point when you're strong enough. And you have to focus on working the ball. And your technique and all those things. And just lifting heavy weight is not going to get you. So that's what my train of thought is as far as regarding the lighter weights on the back squat, because I don't need to, and I know I can do 210, 220 when I get ready to. That's not a worry of mine. I think I would like to do 230 in the short term, honestly, but not on my head. The technique, working the ball, the core strength, whatever else modalities I need to become a better hammer, disc thrower, whatever the fuck I am. So, anyways, I'm going to get the hell up out of here. You guys should already know what the deal is. Run on your toes. Keep your mouth closed. Lock your doors and save your throws. And most importantly, live to fight another day. I'm going to get out of here, guys.